Be blessed by the divine. Otto Zents, this is a video for you. How can blockages in the spine be cleared by magnetized hands of a sky master? The sky master is trained and certified by the official system of our Guru Yogiraj Sri Vethathiri Maharishi, where the master undergoes rigorous training for several days and weeks and months. In fact, over several stages of certification, from initial foundation level to level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to God conscious, divine conscious, Brahma Gnana course to the master's course. And then the person is required to serve under the guidance of a senior professor or a professor in the local sky yoga centers and do mentorship under a senior person, and then the person is allowed to initiate or give clearance for others. So therefore, through this series of training programs and series of mentorship programs that have been systematically administered by the SMART WCSC system, the SMART World Community Service Center system, which is headquartered by a very senior professor called Professor Damodaran in our system. He has been with Swamiji for very many years, and a person whom I very highly regard as a person whom I consider as my own personal mentor, and I go to him for help, and I certainly consider him as a very senior person in the system. And he has been administering this for many years at this point of time, trained over about 18,000 professors or so across the world and several thousand masters in the world, with about 2,500 centers. They're all practicing and serving in all of this system. So how does this really work? The clearance system. The clearance system is essentially a process by which the sky master magnetizes one's hands and touches the Ajna chakra, and with the sweep of the hand takes this life energy with the magnetic energy of one's own hands up the spine, up the crown, down the spine, all the way to the Muladhara chakra. Once again brings the hand back from Muladhara up the spine, over the crown into Ajna, brings it back to Muladhara. By the sweep of the hands, the person does it a few times. And in the process, what happens is the magnetic hands of the sky master gets a magnetic connection with the Kundalini Shakti of the aspirant. Remember, this process is very strictly followed in our system, such that male teachers are allowed to give this clearance for only male aspirants. The lady masters are given permission to give clearance only for lady aspirants. So this is a very strict rule in our system. A gents master will not touch a lady master, simply because in Indian custom we do not allow the physical contact. It is not considered acceptable in our social custom. And besides the fact that the person may not also feel comfortable, other people who are observing this may also mistake the intent of the system, and therefore very strictly this is followed. And in the process of the initiation or the clearance of the life energy in the spine, the magnetic blockage, if any, in the spine is very easily removed, because the circuit, the microcosmic circuit that sends this ether energy particles up and down the spine from the brain to the different parts of the system through the nerves and back into the brain, etc. And these circuits are intensified in the center. That's a particular circuitry which is in the center of the spine is called as the Sushumna Nadi, and this Nadi can easily be cleansed with the magnetic energy of the Divine Master, who of course brings the energy from the Almighty Force through the hands into the aspirant, and with compassion and kindness the Master then clears any kind of blockages that is there. I hope this answers your question. Thanks for the inspiration. I will see you in the next video. Be blessed by the Divine.